Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host, broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM Clear Channel Studios. And also, if you'd like to use your cell phone, iHeart app, as well as the famous, evidently now world famous, yorbamedia.com website. All right, we have got our first guest on the show today. Just another breakthrough company, another breakthrough conversation with Dana Kammersgard, and he's the president, CEO, and director of Dot Hill Systems. Dana, welcome to the show. Thank you for taking your time to be here.
Well, thanks, Michael. We appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and your audience.
All right, and they are going to be very happy to hear what you have to say. Before we get on, nobody can introduce you better than the highlights of your background to our audience and yourself. If you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, I'd love to dive right into your company and what you've got on the table for us today.
Sure. Actually, I think my wife might disagree with you. She could probably do a better job, but I started this company in 1984. We are an enterprise class storage company. Some people have described us as the concierge to the stars. We have created very innovative first-to-market products serving the likes of Hewlett-Packard, Sun Microsystems over the years, Lenovo, Acer, Samsung, Motorola, Teradata, and many others. I started my career as a software developer back in the 1979 timeframe. Was working for General Electric doing 3D CAD/CAM software development and software development management. Decided that if I was going to work 100 hours a week, I might as well do it for myself. So I set out in 1984 with a partner who was with me until 2006, and then he retired and went on to own a vineyard and a winery. And I've kept the faith and continued to pursue this, and I think we've got some very exciting opportunities in front of us.
I do too. I would wholeheartedly agree. Before anybody loses pace on this one, the symbol H as in hello, I as in interest, L as in liquid, L as in liquid, right?
You bet. That's exactly right.
All right. Now, you've been successful in implementing mid-range products and vertical market initiatives. Bring that out to us and help us drill down into what that means to our listening audience.
Sure. So if we start with our foundation, we serve through OEM markets a wide range of storage requirements, storage applications. So, for example, Hewlett-Packard is our largest customer. They sell our product as the MSA 2040 and the MSA 1040 or 1040. And in that context, they sell into a broad range of horizontal applications, whether it be retail stores, high-performance computing, Microsoft Exchange environments, etc. For a number of reasons, one of which is to stay out of the path of our largest customers, whether it be HP or Lenovo or Dell or whoever, we selected a certain set of vertical markets back in 2010 that we would serve through systems integrators and embedded solution providers. Those markets include media and entertainment, they include oil and gas, they include big data, they include telco infrastructure, they include digital imaging, such as medical imaging or geospatial imaging. What's common for those particular markets from a storage point of view is A, they're all high growth, B, they involve unstructured data types, and C, that there's not that much competition there because not a lot of companies are focused in those particular markets with the unique characteristics they have. But some of the things that we have done, I'm sure your audience is familiar with movies like Iron Man 3 or Skyfall or Wreck-It Ralph or the one playing now, Captain America, The Winter Soldier. All of those movies were produced and edited on Dot Hill storage. So we think that's a great market. We think that telco infrastructure, where wireless and the internet are exploding because of smartphones and applications, is a great market as well.
Now, only in the interest of time, because you're going to come back and give us a part two on this. Let me move this forward. That is tremendous information, and thank you for it. But I want to drill down into the higher margin vertical markets that you're working with.
You bet. So let's take two or three of them. Let's take one that's very applicable to the core, the telco corridor down there in your neck of the woods. So telecommunications infrastructure means a lot of different things. And we are oftentimes the storage embedded in the applications involved in the networks and the infrastructure of both the internet and wireless. A good example is a customer of ours down there in Dallas called Tektronix, who builds network management and monitoring probes. And in that context, there's an awful lot of storage required as you're managing, you're monitoring, you're analyzing the data that crosses the internet or wireless infrastructure. And Tektronix picked us for their embedded storage partner because of various reasons, including our performance, our responsiveness, our quality, etc. It's a great market because with smartphone explosion, that drives wireless infrastructure growth. That drives the need for more network monitors and probes. That drives more storage.
Wow. Okay. What about market share?
It's hard to measure in this space because none of the industry analysts characterize it that way. Nobody really focuses on the market share in telco or the market share in media and entertainment or oil and gas, which is another great vertical that we support. What we do know is that the field, our competitive field, has shrunk dramatically over the last few years. The newer storage startup companies are all focused on the information data center, the IT data center, and focused on small, medium businesses through resellers. Our largest competitor has recently gone through headcount reductions and are realigning their focus on markets other than vertical OEMs. So we often characterize ourselves as the last man standing in storage, focused on these vertical markets.
Now, looking into the future, from what you can tell us without getting yourself in trouble, where do you see your industry sector going and you within that?
Well, we won't get in any trouble, but I appreciate the admonition, Michael. We are a public company, as everybody knows. The symbol is HILL, as you suggested. And in that context, our focus on embedded vertical markets yielded, for example, today on our earnings call, which we had earlier today, 59% growth year over year in our vertical markets revenues. We have forecast over our planning horizon, which is more than 1 year, less than 5, 40 to 50% compounded annual growth in our vertical markets revenues. So, I think that's impressive growth by just about any standard.
No kidding.
We're very confident in those numbers. We have the pipeline already in place to support it. And, there's not too many places where you're going to find that kind of growth.
Wow. All right. We've got about 2 minutes left in the segment today. Has got to be some special takeaway message that you've got to the people that are looking to either buy the stock or participate with you as clients of your services. Please give us something.
Yeah, I would start with feel free to listen to the earnings call. The webcast information is on our website at www.dothill.com. That's DOTHILL.com. Whether you're interested in understanding more about the products that we sell into the markets that we serve, that's a good thing to do. If you're interested from an investor point of view, you can email us at investors, investors, at dothill.com, dothill.com. You will find that we will get back to you very expeditiously. And we're going to be at a couple of investor conferences here recently. One is the B. Riley Conference in Santa Monica for your listeners on the West Coast on May 19th. And for listeners in the New York City area, the See-Through Equity Conference in New York on May 28th. And the Markham Conference in New York on May 29th. And we'd love to see any of your listeners there.
Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to your return to our show.
As am I, Michael. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Dana Kammersgard. He is the President, CEO, Director of Dot Hill Systems, symbol HILL. And special thanks to Monk Media and 1-800-PublicRelations.com for all their PR and media support. We'll be right back on the other side of this break with Jason Graziani, Senior Vice President of People, Helping People. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff nobody brings to the table. Jason's going to bring it here. We'll be right back.